Thanks for coming to watch this video on how to install a 1966 Mustang instrument bezel. It's a brand new piece made by Scott Drake. This is a very high quality piece. This is a pretty simple operation. It only requires just a couple of tools, a couple of box end wrenches, disconnect your battery, disconnect your speedometer cable, and take your bezel out. So we've got a Phillips screwdriver and a couple wrenches. A couple other things you might want to think about while you're in here replacing this piece is think about your light bulbs. You might have a couple of those burned out you need to replace. You might also want to replace the lenses on these. They're brand new lenses also from Scott Drake that go into these. And some other things like the electroluminescent panels, which we've installed in a previous video and you saw that. And also new light filters. If your old blue ones have gone bad and you need to replace them, or you want to upgrade them to the new amber and red ones, you can do that to get some new lighting in there. Anyways, it's just going to take us a couple minutes. It's a pretty simple job. We'll take you over to the car and walk you through it. Okay, before we go and replace the instrument bezel, we're going to want to disconnect the battery because we're going to be pulling the entire gauge assembly out. And we don't want to short anything out while we're working on that. So we're going to disconnect the negative side of the battery first. Alright, we disconnected the negative side. That's the one you always want to disconnect first. And that's going to do it. We can get started on our instrument bezel. Okay, all we need to do to get our bezel out is loosen up the speedometer cable. Once we get the instrument bezel unscrewed from the dash, there's only a couple screws in this guy, so this will take to unscrew the instrument bezel. We're going to pull this forward a bit so we can reach the speedometer cable. Okay, my speedometer cable is loose. Now I'm going to pull the gauge assembly forward a bit, and then I'm going to tilt it so I can get to the wires. As you can see, I've already marked these wires with masking tape and a pen, so I know exactly where they'll go. I could use a wiring diagram to figure it all out, but it's going to be pretty tough once I get this piece back in here like this for reinstallation. So I've marked them, so now I can disconnect them knowing that they're going to go back together properly. Okay, we've got the gauge assembly removed from the car, and we're going to head over to the bench and pop the new bezel on. See you over at the bench. Okay, we're over here at the bench, about ready to replace this instrument bezel. It's quite a contrast. You can see the new one's going to look 100% better. If you haven't noticed the white-faced gauges in here, these are the electroluminescent panels we installed in one of our previous videos. So if you have any interest in those, I suggest you go over there and look at that video and consider getting a set installed in your Mustang. They're pretty nice. You're going to like them. Anyways, we'll get to work on this. We're just going to need a Phillips screwdriver, and it should only take us a couple seconds. Go ahead and unbolt this housing from the instrument bezel. A series of screws hold it on. This would be the opportune time to replace the instrument lenses if it's needed, and your light filters if you need to put new ones or upgrade to a red or a green, or excuse me, a red amber. Once we get everything in place, we could reassemble it and bring it back over to the car and finish up our installation. Alright, we've installed the new instrument bezel, and it looks really nice. Those luminescent gauges really stand out now, and it looks a whole lot better than this old one. Hope you enjoyed this video, found it valuable, and we'll see you next time.